Hello everyone and welcome to the Weekly Rewind presented by Attractions Magazine. This episode is for Friday, December 11th, 2015. I'm your host, Banks Lee, and as always we're going to take a look back at the past 7 days of our Twitter feed at Attractions. So let's get started last Friday on December 4th. And last week, of course, we talked about all the new Star Wars editions at Hollywood Studios, and here's just a video look at the new villain in the Jedi training show, the Seventh Sister from the Disney XD series Star Wars Rebels. We'll have a look at all the Star Wars experiences on this next week's episode of the show. Also on December 4th, a surprise to a lot of us over in the Grand Fiesta Tour starring the Three Caballeros at the Mexico Pavilion in Epcot. They added animatronics to the finale scene. They used to have just a screen, but now these animatronics are there, and I think that's really cool. Kind of bringing it back to the old days of Disney when they used to do animatronics all the time. Now these three animatronics have a history to them. You can go to our blog at attractionsmagazine.com to read all about where they came from. That night on December 4th, we were over at Hollywood Studios for a special private event at the Osborne Family Spectacle of Dancing Lights, celebrating the 10th anniversary of MEI Travel. We got to go into the lights. There's only about 150 people there, so we got to really enjoy the lights for about an hour and a half without large crowds, get some great shots and stuff, like this shot right here, just walking through the experience, barely anyone around there. It was a beautiful night, great way to really enjoy the lights, say goodbye to them, because as I've always said every week, this is the final year. So you got till January 3rd to come and see them, and we'll have a special look at the lights on this past week's episode of the show. December 5th, we shared this photo of one of the merchandises you can buy inside the new Launch Bay Cargo shop at Disney Hollywood Studios. This is the Medal of Yavin 4 prop replica medal that Luke Skywalker Han Solo got from Princess Leia at the end of Episode 4, A New Hope. So if you're a Star Wars fan and you've always wanted this medal, this is perfect. And you can also buy this on the new Shop Disney app. On December 5th, we were at the Florida Mall for the opening of Carlo's Bake Shop. Now this is the bake shop owned by the star of Cake Boss, Buddy Valastro. He was there helping make some of the pastries there. Huge crowd for the grand opening there. Everyone wanted to see Buddy. We'll have a look inside this new bake shop on a future episode of the show. We know this new Orange Bird Magic Band is now on sale at Walt Disney World. Of course, it's an orange magic band with the orange bird on it. So if you're a fan of that character, this is definitely a must-buy. During the day on December 5th, we were at Universal Orlando getting a look at all their Grinchmas and Holidays at Universal Orlando offerings. This is just a clip of the Grinchmas Holiday Spectacular. It's a beautiful show. If you get a chance to see it, go see it. If you don't get a chance to go in person, you can check this past week's episode of the show for a look at all of the Holidays at Universal offerings. Like you can see inside here, the parade building for all of the floats for the Macy's Holiday Parade. We got to go inside there, a little rare look for regular guests to go and see. And then right here is a brand new float for this year's parade. This is the Turkey Balloonicle. It's a balloon and a vehicle. So you can catch that in our past week's episode of the show as well. December 6th at BioReconstruct on Twitter shared this photo of the Skipper Canteen restaurant. It's a brand new restaurant coming to Adventureland. Looks to be opening pretty soon. They're already starting to do cast previews inside, so I'd imagine by the end of this month we'll probably have an opening. Moving on to December 8th, over at Universal Studios in Hollywood, it was announced that their version of the Wizarding World of Harry Potter will be opening on April 7th of 2016. And finally, on December 10th, we were back over in Seuss Landing for Grinchmas, and we caught some Who's from Whoville out in the land singing some Christmas carols. Nice little touch, and if you get a chance to see that, definitely stop and give it a listen, because they are very beautiful. And that's going to do it this week for the Weekly Rewind. As I said, this past week's episode of the show, you can check out Holidays at Universal Orlando, as well as a look at the Osborne Family Spectacle of Dancing Lights. And then next week's episode is going to be Star Wars at Disney's Hollywood Studios to coincide with the release of Star Wars The Force Awakens. So you know where I'm going to be next Friday. But we'll still have an episode next Friday, so don't you worry. And we hope you have a great week, guys. Have fun. See you later.